And I had a request from my friend Jeff. I was asking for show ideas. Hey, what should I do for different topics? What do you all want to hear? And then he said, you should do a show about your cat, or a video about your cat. And look who I have here. Do you see him? Can you see him? Ollie. Oh, maybe you can't see him very good. He's in kitty cat jail. We just got back from the vet. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was raised in a time where Jeff, the cat, it's Ollie. This is my Ollie cat. Oh, now he's hiding away. Do you see him? Oh, he's just a orange. He's just an orange alley cat, tomcat. You know, he's a really big kitty cat. They said that he is overweight. So I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I'm trying to get this thing situated. I have to put him on a diet. He weighs, I guess he weighs 14 pounds. So this cat is so special to me because I don't know if you've heard, well, maybe you watched my video about when I was raised, and part of my childhood was spent out in the woods up on basically kind of like a commune in a sense. It was on a 40-acre plot with all the grown-ups. So it was like from a family of 8. They were mostly witnesses, and my mom was kind of adopted into that family, so we lived on 5 acres for our time. Anyways, this cat comes from that acreage, and he was born under a trailer out in the woods, and his mom abandoned him. I think we got him, he was just a couple of weeks old, and he's just so special to me. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's 28. She works at a vet's office. And so she was talking to me about, bad pet parents and things like that. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm a bad pet parent because I've only taken him once to get spayed or neutered, to get him neutered and then give some shots. And then I just never went back because I was raised in the age of, if something's wrong with the animal, like they would just put him down. It's sad to say, but now people look at animals so differently. Oh, your cat's name is Sheila. She's a tortie. Oh, I saw her on your Instagram. She's so cute. I used to have a tortie too. Oh, she's a diva. Hey, CO Visit. Hey, Colin. I had a tortie, and I think that I think that she wanted to have a family, so she ran away. And this cat here was so mean to her that she ended up running away. It was so sad. Yay, you caught a live entity. Hey there, Doreen. Doreen and we are planning a cruise to Mexico. We're going to invite you to come too. Like, everybody's going to be invited. It's going to be really fun. Maybe in October. Anyway. So the cat, I went in there and I told him that sometimes he likes to go out and chase mice. He will bring me home little presents. He hasn't done it for a while. He had like a run of like a month where he was just always wanting to get mice. And then he stopped doing that, but he would bring them home. Oh my gosh. And one time, one of them was alive. I'm like, ah! So he hasn't done that in a while, but because of that, I had to do all these tests and different things like that for like cat leukemia and I don't know, just a bunch of different stuff. Entity says, you just got your first very high paying job. You're a corrections officer. Oh, awesome. My uncle was a prison warden, Pelican Bay. Yeah, I know about, it's pretty strict, right? Yeah, so I hadn't taken him in, and then I finally took him in, and you guys, it cost me like $700. That was expensive. But I think if I can if I stay consistent, I probably wouldn't have to pay so much. But I think it's because I had to get so many different things done. But I thought it was so expensive. What is going on? Yeah, grade 5 prison. Okay. Yeah, it's like probably like a high security prison. Oh, Lance, yes, vet bills are outrageous. I had no idea because my daughter works here, and so I thought, oh, maybe they'll give me like a deal or something. I don't think there was any deal. That did not happen. Yeah, 700 bucks is expensive. Ugh, that was pretty rough. Um, Justin, Tommy, the apostocat says hello. Yeah, do you want to see Ollie? Oh, I don't know if y'all can see. I don't see. Where's the little? There he is. You see him in there? Oh my goodness. Oh, see, you can see him in there. Oh, look at him. I think he did pretty good. I was worried that, that he was gonna bite people because every time when I've gone away on vacation, I have somebody, feed and take care of him, and he always bites people. And I'm like, listen, you can't pet my cat. I don't know what's going on, because the vet asked me, like, well, what happens? Like, why does he bite them? Like, I don't even know, because I'm not there, so I have no idea what's going on. But anyways, oh, okay, Lance, you said that the last, they killed your dog and then they charged you $2,000? Oh my gosh, this sounds really scandalous. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh my gosh, I only have one pet and one kid at home, and that's all I can handle. Yeah, oh, yeah, my daughter, she works here, and she's like, these people are really good. So maybe that's the thing, is I never really knew where to take him, but anyway. Justin, Jesus says, happy are the merciful. Is that why Donald Trump looks so very unhappy? Wow, I don't even know, but hey, listen, I had a coaching call today with my women's group, and Donald Trump came up in the coaching call, and man, he has really ruffled some feathers. And for me, I'm not even really watching too much of that. I've heard a little bit here and there, but it sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on with that. So, man, I don't know what he's up to, but I had somebody, one of my my members or my clients from my group, and we talked it out, and we ended up coming to a really good, we got to a good place where she was like, wow, I feel so relieved, because the whole thing with my coaching is it's all thought work, but everything that we're creating in our life, it all starts here. It all starts here. And just knowing that we can choose to think about these different situations in our life however we want to, and all of our thoughts are completely optional. So we kind of went through the whole process, and I did too. It was really fun because I had 4 people show up for my call today. And what we did is I set a timer today for like 5 minutes, and we just wrote, like just write for 5 minutes straight. And I have it with me here because I was going to do something else. But I wrote this whole page in 5 minutes, and then we go back and we just underline any thoughts that are sort of interesting, like, what is this? And I work through this thought. It says, I got vulnerable with my group, and I'll be vulnerable here with you too. Basically what happened to me is that I was reading through, and I said, this is a thought that I had. I try to distract myself from what I really love, which was interesting to me. Why do I do that? And why? And sometimes when I read back what I wrote, it's like, do I think that? Why did I write that? And I got to a really good conclusion on my own coaching of me coaching myself, that I think that I still have this voice, or this deep subconscious thought of like having too much fun is basically really dangerous. And so I would have never gone to that conclusion. I never would have been able to work through that if I hadn't have written it down and said, oh, what is this? Like, I'm scared to create. Have you noticed, I did that one video a few weeks ago, and it got a lot of views, and then it was really cool, but then at the same time I was thinking, oh, I got to do that again. How do I do that again? What does everybody want? What do you want to hear? That's why I kind of asked. But the thing is sometimes I notice myself that I am very distracted, and I will be scrolling and answering questions and doing all of the things, seeming like I'm really busy and like really doing deep work, but it's not work. I'm not actually creating anything. And so if you've watched my last video, you know that I'm doing The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and it's really, 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 really telling. And so I got to a point with me just coaching myself today where, what did I say? I'm just going to let God work through my hands. You know, I'm going to let God just kind of work through me, and for me to be able to produce things that, and just trust that what I make is going to be good. Let me read what you guys are saying here. Let me make a mod so you can delete Audie. Oh no, don't do that. Do I eat cereal? No, actually, I do not eat cereal. I work in the big agriculture industry, and if y'all knew where your grains came from, you wouldn't eat them either. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, your first live ever, Butterfly Queen. Good to see you. Fun fact. Okay, you said, okay, here we go. Entity says, I actually had a couple of elders pop by my place. Oh, fun. I told them I was an ex-Jehovah's Witness and I didn't want anything to do with them. And they ended up trying to make me feel bad for how I was living. And oh, okay. Okay, you said that you kicked them off the property. Yeah, I mean, but honestly, like of course they did, right? I mean, of course they did. I don't know. I've had that experience when I was out in service before, where somebody's like, yeah, I used to be a witness. I don't know. I was weird out in service though, after a certain amount of time where I had been away and come back. But yeah, if it was an elder, yeah, they were writing that down in their notes, and you're probably a do not call now. So that's cool. They probably won't come back. Donald Trump would deport Jesus as a radical. Oh, you're just trying to stir it up, aren't you, Justin? You're so funny. Probably he would. So what is the topic? Oh, the topic was, I asked the other day, I said, hey, what do y'all want me to make a video on, you know? And then Jeff was like, you have a cat, right? You should make a video on your cat. So I was here at the vet taking him. I haven't taken my cat to the vet in like 3 years, so here we are. So that was it. It started out as cats, and then I got off to, talking about my coaching call that I did. Oh, I just turned off my car, that I did today, and that was really cool with my women's group, and just the coaching method that I'm teaching them. It was really awesome. And then I also had a consultation this morning that went really well. I had a consultation with a young person, and I really love young people. I love the way that they think. I like the generation that's coming up. I think we're in good hands. We are in good hands. And it was really, really cool. I love talking to people that it's like they're almost at that same age that I was when I was kind of trying to figure things out. And I think sometimes it's like I don't know, now I've turned into this mom figure somehow, which is awesome. I just love that. I love it, love it, love it. Butterfly Queen, you're like, what? Why would Donald Trump do that? Deport Jesus? It sounds a little weird. Oh my gosh, we are so funny. I love this live. This is hilarious. Hey, David, good to see you. Good day, good day. Hello, my friend. Oh, wow. The CO visit. Okay, Colin, you really keep up with the politics. Have you ever listened to, oh, geez, now her name's gonna escape me, Ruby. She talks about politics. I think it's so funny. It's like the things that nobody's supposed to talk about. We're not supposed to talk about religion. I'm not supposed to talk about politics, and she talks about all those things. And she's an ex-witness. I think she's pretty awesome. I really like her. Okay, Lance. This is so funny. You got kicked out of the Kingdom Hall for trying to organize a blood drive. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, of course they kicked you out. Oh my goodness. That is funny. So Entity says, I ended up going straight to the store, bought like 5 no trespassing signs and nailed them all around my property. Hey, whatever works, but I'm pretty sure you're on the do not call list. I think so. So, I don't know. Maybe you should call the Kingdom Hall and ask them. Hey, just checking on my status. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, Colin, I know. I don't hide my disdain for Trump. It's a weird time right now here. I am not up on politics right now because I think it's just a little bit too much for me right now. I have heard a few things, but I'm on a media detox for the whole week, so you've probably noticed me popping up here and there, but I'm not all in like I usually am. Jeff, you said, okay, you're a late Gen Xer, but there are things that I do admire about how the younger generations see the world. Not everything, but some things you really do. Me too. You know, because my oldest kid is 28, and then I've got a 25-year-old, and I don't know. I'm just so drawn to young people. Like I think it's because it's like me going back in time. Like I don't know. I would just want to nurture them. I want to hear what they think. I think their ideals and their ideas are very fascinating, and I love it. The do not call list only lasts a certain amount of time. Really? Oh, okay. And the no trespassing sign lasts as long as the tree does. Yeah, how are you doing? Okay, so how are you doing with that? What do you think now? After they just totally, you know their tactic, right? The guilt and shame. Guilt, shame, and fear. That's the triad that they love to use. So how are you feeling now? Are you okay? I hope you are. If not, we can, I don't know, hopefully I can help you feel a little bit better somehow because, yeah, I mean, isn't it so, I don't even know the word. What's the word for it that you would use? Like somebody comes to your door, to your house on your property, maybe maybe you're in the middle of having lunch, maybe you're making dinner, and they come and shame you at your own house. Okay, disrespectful. That's the word. How freaking disrespectful. Wow. They really have no, my mom would say couth, they have no manners. Like who does that? Only Jehovah's Witnesses. Because they really think that they're saving your life. And did you used to feel that way? I did. I felt like I should go out in service and try to save people's lives. Oh, you got offended. Yeah. Do you believe any of what they said at all? Do you believe a little bit? And you don't have to answer it here, but maybe just think about it because I would be offended. I would be offended too, so I don't think there's any wrong or right answer here, but it's like, how dare they? You're going to come tell me that I'm messing up? Like, you're going to come out of your way to come and shame me at my own house? I would be offended too. But did it end when you shut the door? Did it end when you hung up those signs? I just don't want you to carry it with you, Yeah. Doreen, you say, I remember go out in service on Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that the worst on the holidays? And this lady was so upset at us for knocking on her door. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. I remember one time, you guys, I went out in service like on Christmas. I was so embarrassed. That was like right before I woke up. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I feel really bad, but I'm kind of like, what are they doing in there? Colin, yeah, I'm not having that. If they do come though, they're gonna get an apostate sermon. Some came to my door over a year ago and they wouldn't leave. Oh my gosh, because you're probably entertaining them. You're so funny. They were probably like, what? This guy, what is he talking about? You were probably very entertaining. That would be my guess. Okay, so Entity says, but I kicked them off the property and immediately got a sense of pride. Awesome. I didn't believe a single thing they said. After all, they're the ones trapped in their own reality. Oh, yeah. Right on. Okay, good. I was just checking because, they will shame you so hard sometimes that it's like, I have even felt like, wait, is there something wrong with me? And it's that cognitive dissonance, right? You have the, like, yeah, I'm a good person. Oh, maybe I'm a piece of shit, but I'm really good, but I'm bad. But maybe they're right, but maybe I'm wrong, and that kind of thing. So I'm glad that you're like, yeah, I had a sense of pride kicking them off my property. That's awesome. Oh, the 2 days that you never went out in service, Thanksgiving and Christmas. My attitude, even if we're right, just let the people have their day, right? I know. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I totally get that. And then Lance says, oh, he says, if the brethren bothers you, get a restraining order. Yeah. You know what I did? I mean, you could. I don't even know if they've ever come back, but when I faded, okay, this was during COVID when I faded, and so they were still sending me like Zoom invites to come to the meetings and stuff. And I just decided one day, I'm like, oh, I can just close my laptop. Like I never have to go to a meeting again. Cause everybody was so disconnected. And then they kept on sending me these invites and I kept saying like, I don't want your invites. Please stop sending me your invites. And then they just kept sending them. So I said, if you continue to send me these invites, I will file a harassment something or other. And then they never sent them again. Something like that, where you have to use some hard words like that. Yeah, you might have to get serious, but maybe not. Who knows? Like every congregation is so different. The elders are different. It's all different. Justin says that he's a Christian atheist and I love the character of Jesus. Life would be better if we all acted like Jesus. It's kind of true. I appreciate you saying that. Aw. Yeah, you're a Christian atheist. Yeah, I think I've been really, I've been thinking about Jesus lately. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me, guys, and I don't claim to like know all the answers to anything, but I think it's pretty awesome that we can decide whatever we want and we can say, oh, I'm kind of curious about that. Maybe I'm going to kind of dig into that and then decide, oh, maybe that's not for me. I love that. Like there's no commitment to any of it. We can just be curious. And I don't know where this is going to go for me. But I do love Jesus' example. And isn't it, oh, it's so weird that, I mean, looking back, it was never like a thing. Like we never really dug into his life and dug into it how, I don't know. It's weird, right? It is weird. I don't even know how to explain that. A Christian, an atheist Christian. Yeah, I don't know how it's possible, but hey, Justin, you can make it up. We can do whatever we want. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so Jeff says, I felt like showing up at someone's door on a holiday. Oh, it would be giving a worse witness? Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. Giving people their space on a holiday is a show of respect. Yeah, yeah. I felt the same way too, but that one time I did do it on Christmas and it was so weird. I hated it. Okay, so Entity says, I'm the one who built my family and life from the ground up based on my own beliefs, my own interest, my own friends, and there is nothing to be ashamed of there. Nope. That is the way it's supposed to be. That is the way. And Jeff says he moved 300 miles away during the middle of COVID and Zoom. It was the perfect fade scenario. I realized that many people didn't have such a set of circumstances. I was thinking the same thing today because the next episode that I'm working on is how to fade. And I have it all these notes because, I don't want to forget to mention something. And then it's just like, man, I was thinking back to COVID and how it was so perfect. It was a perfect scenario, right? People are online, you can't see each other in person. it was the perfect scenario to fade. Yeah. How awesome. Oh, we both faded during COVID. How awesome. Doreen says, ever since you left, excuse me, you've never had an elder visit you? Thank goodness. Nice job. How'd you do that? How did you do it? Yeah, I'm trying to think, they did try to come to my house. Yeah, there was a lady that studied the Bible with me when I had come back in 2016. And she was always trying to get me to not work on the weekends, to not work on Sundays. And I was thinking, okay, yeah, I wish. But she kind of made it seem like I should quit my corporate career and go back to waiting tables for Jehovah. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. And after that, things kind of went downhill with that. But Entity says, I'm also the one who concurred all of the fears they put in my brain. Oh, concurred. All the fears that they put in his brain, including now my fear of churches. I'm stronger than they will ever know, than they will ever be now. Yeah, I know. I was kind of afraid of going to church too. And you guys, this is a special little story, but I have, my daughter, my daughter has a friend, and her friend invited us to go to this church. It's been months ago. It's been a while ago. And so we went, and my daughter, she goes to synagogue. She doesn't normally go to a church. She's not Christian. And so we went just for the heck of it, and it was really nice, and I liked it, and I like her grandma, and I thought the pastor was nice, and I don't know, I just kind of liked it, and I like this young girl that my daughter's friends with too. I just have this thing for young people. I really do. Yeah, that is it. Entity, that is exactly right. I honestly just exposure therapy the hell out of those fears. That's exactly what it is. What he's talking about is, it's something, I think I mentioned it in one of my previous videos about fear, and about how there's rational fear and then there's irrational fear. It's good to have fear. We should be afraid of things like, don't jump off that building, and, maybe you don't pet that rabid dog. This is good to have fear. It's good. But then when it turns like irrational, like nobody's going to strike you dead if you walk into a church. And also, if you walk into a church, you can decide to stay or leave. I'm going to do a video. I'm doing this video tomorrow. I'm going to film it about fading. And then on Sunday, I want to do a video on my favorite parts of church. What I love about going to church. Part of it that I love is nobody harasses me, and they're just like, oh, hi, and then bye. Plus they have coffee, and that's nice. I'm going through it. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Okay, so what do I read philosophy-wise? Lance, wow, so many things. I don't know if you'd really call it like philosophy or self-help, or I don't know. You know what? I should do a whole video on that. I should show you all the books that I love that have really changed my life. I always say it changed my life because it did. I love, oh my gosh, I could just go on and on. A lot of different things like coaches, mentors. There's a lot of people that have touched my life. I'm going to do a whole video, okay? I love the self-help section in any bookstore or library, basically. Justin says that you enjoy going to church. Oh, this is good. It's nice to have a community, and I think people are happier believing in God. Atheists do suffer a lot of depression because of a lack of community. Yeah. I mean, church is nice, right? You know what I have told you before on that I am a little bit standoffish. It's almost like I like it, but I don't want to get like too close. Because I feel like the more that you know people, for me, like the more that I know them, the more I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't know that. And I've mentioned that before about going out in service and being in car groups. It's like, oh, the gossip, like, oh, I didn't need to know all of that. Oh, okay. So Jeff, you want to go to the synagogue where the synagogue is something I've been wanting to experience for a while. It's so nice. So I also go with my daughter to the synagogue. And you know what I love is that it's like legit. Like it's like the real deal Old Testament. Like they have the scrolls. Like it's kind of cool. It's really cool. The songs are cool. Everything just seems like very old. Not old, but you know, it's like the real deal. It's like the I don't know. I like it. I like the way that the Torah goes from like the back to the front, and it's just cool. I think the more churches, the better, and I've gone to quite a few. I went to another church that was like one of those real big ones that has like the big band. They've got a Starbucks inside. That was kind of cool. I went there for a while, but it just wasn't my thing. And then I think I posted this video. No, I posted the song that I really loved. It's by CeCe Winan. Oh geez, I can't remember the name of it now. I can't remember the name, but anyways, I was thinking to myself, like, I really miss getting kind of dressed up, and I miss singing. And, you know, because I've been doing this work in the artist way, you know, she encourages you to go out and to experience different types of things. And so there is a really cool church where I live. I live in Tacoma, Washington, and there's a cool church that's called like the something glory. It's a real big one. It's like I'm losing the names of these things, but I think they said that they have like this great big gospel choir, which I think would be so cool because I really want to go experience that. Yeah, I really want to see that. Okay, so Entity says the one fear you do have as a consequence of the witnesses and that I do kind of appreciate is my fear of how much knowledge people have about me. The less you know about me, the better. Yeah, because, you know, we were always told like, oh, tell the truth. You have to tell the truth and like tell everything. It's like, not everybody wants to hear all the things. I'm kind of guilty of that on here. I don't tell all the things, but I do tell quite a bit. And sometimes I question myself, like, did I really need to say that? But I think it's this thing that I don't know, for me, I think I'll always have to work on that. Nobody wants to know all the things. They don't need to know all the things, right? Yeah. Jeff, you worked at a kosher deli and that was part of you waking up. The traditions and history around Judaism I find fascinating and interesting. Oh my gosh, we have to talk because part of the reason that I woke up, there's a Jewish reason behind it as well. I'm not going to go into it because it's sort of, nah. Anyway, when I start, I've talked about it a little bit, but I read Deuteronomy because I was talking to a Jewish person and I was like, why don't you believe in Jesus? Like, I just don't understand. And they just said, read Deuteronomy, just read it. I'm like, okay. So I sat and I read the whole thing, and basically I came to the conclusion that I don't know, I didn't like all the rules. I didn't like the way that they described God, and I believe that God that that person believed in was for them. That was perfect for them. And so I just sort of went down the path of like YouTube and trying to figure out all this stuff. That's kind of the short story. It is fascinating. I was married to a Jewish man, and I did a lot of Jewish holidays, and I loved it. I thought it was really cool. And that's why my daughter, she still goes to synagogue and stuff. But okay, so Entity says it's odd enough. It's odd enough though, because the moment I get going on about the JWs, it's all kind of spills out from there. I know. It's hard to not, but yeah, people that just I think maybe just don't expect anybody to really get it, you know, because they're never really gonna get it. Oh, you saw CeCe in concert? Oh my gosh. Oh, her voice is so amazing. I try to sing with her in my car, and it's like, oh, I wish I had a good voice, but it's not that good. I was thinking, I wonder if I could get a voice coach. How can you get better at singing? I just love singing. And my mom did too. I think that's why my mom loved the meetings. You know, she loved the social part and then singing. Um, okay. Justin, you said you really wished and believed again. I really wished I believed again. Aw. There's a church called the Unitarian Universalist Church for agnostics and atheists from all faiths, and they sing songs and help apostates from all religions. That is so cool. Are you gonna go to that? Oh, that would be so cool. See, sometimes I don't know if we have to be so, oh, I should talk about this in a video too, but it has to be like we have to just, oh, the facts of everything. Like, I have felt something. I felt something and I keep feeling it and it keeps popping up and I don't know. That's what I think. I think sometimes it's goes with our feeling, you know, and then we'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay, the fear kind of helps you because now that you work in a prison, the inmates can use all the information they gather to manipulate people's emotions. Yeah, so you're like, you're keen on that. Odd enough, though, I went from living a childhood in fear and now I keep fear in a cell. Yeah. Well, I think maybe this is, that will serve you well, it sounds like. Oh, you don't have a car since December 2023? Well, maybe they'd come pick you up. Wouldn't that be cool? Aw. Well, I better get going, everyone. It's been really fun chatting with you. So fun. And Ollie, he's probably back there sleeping by now. But thanks for being here with me. Thank you. And yeah, I like doing these lives. I'm glad you're able to meet Ollie. And I'm going to work on this video for tomorrow. Probably I will post it later on tomorrow. So have a good night, everyone. All right. Bye.